Hello everybody, how's it going today? Today is March the 12th, it's Monday, it's about noon Central Standard Time, and we're going to talk about Litecoin. Litecoin has been one of my favorite coins to play lately. As you guys know, we've had some major successes, so I'm going to try to review the majority, and I'll try to do an Elliott wave count from the beginning just to give people an idea, and you can even use it as a lesson video as well to see how you can count it in the future. So I hope you guys have had some amazing success. If you guys love the content that I'm producing, I'd really appreciate that you like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you guys are following me on both YouTube and on Twitter, because if you don't follow me on both of them, let's say you're not following me on YouTube, well, you might miss out on a bunch of the videos that are posted. If you're not following me on Twitter, there might be a lot of charts that you'd be missing out on as well. I like to give my general bias of where I stand with certain positions, so it's always good to follow on both. If you guys have killed it recently in the Litecoin market because some of my plays, you guys absolutely know where the Litecoin piggy bank is, where you're welcome to donate, but don't ever feel obligated. Once in a while I bring that up there just because some people have asked for my donation addresses, and yeah, they're in every single YouTube comment, or every in the comments and the details in the description below. So let's do a detailed Elliott wave count here. The way that I'm seeing this right here is ABC. And it's actually very simple to count this one in my personal opinion, alright? So on a 12-hour chart here, let's go to even a lower time frame, like a 4-hour, so we can break down this specific structure in here as well. So I would probably end up calling this my waves 1, 2, or even a 3-wave flat right here coming down. We'd most likely call this a 3-wave flat that made an ABC. But if people don't see it that way, then some people might even end up seeing it as 1, 2, a 3, and a very deep 5th wave correction down over here. But either way, that is where we should be calling the A extension. 12-hour time frame seems to be the best way to draw it. Now, a lot of people don't catch this A bottom, right? Excuse me. On a 12-hour time frame, we bounced from $150 all the way to, back up to like 242. So that was some pretty crazy drops that we had. And if you guys even caught some of these plays there, they were very profitable. I was entirely away during the month of December there. I was on site vacation, so I didn't get to catch any of that myself. We see their ABC correction in here. And for B, always make note, guys, that there's always 3 waves coming down, right? Where sometimes it corrects in a different way. It corrects like an A, B, C, D, E as well, or even a 9-wave flat sometimes. And then if we take a look at the C wave, always remember that the C has 5 waves going up. Always 5, guys. So that's really important to remember and distinguish. So right now we're on quite the downtrend, as you guys know already, right? And here for the C wave, like I mentioned, going upwards, there's 5 waves. There's also 5 waves coming down here as well. Just something like that. Fairly beautiful in my opinion. Let's go to daily chart here. So if we don't call it like that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This might even you might even end up seeing it like this instead. Something like that, where it created the double bottom down here. But either way, that is 100% where the C ended up finishing, right? I just don't want to get into a too detailed of a count for you guys here. But let's say we ended up calling this 4 right there, okay? And we call that C, then we would see a double bottom for a C, or for a 5th wave right there, where that would be 1, 2, that's 3, 4, and the 5, something like that, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, where it creates a double bottom for the C position there. So now that this is confirmed, I think a lot of Elliott wave technicians who have been drawing it like that, or counting it like that, they were easily able to identify that bottom there. Then when we go up, we see our Elliott waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 going up like that. And then we see an A, B, C coming down. A, B, and we see our C right there. Then we draw our 5 waves coming downwards as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excuse me there. So how was I able to identify this exact bottom? If you guys remember, right? There was a triple correlation method that we used. We first of all take our Fibonacci. And we see that, hey, there's a 618 region. We take our ABC 1-to-1 extension as soon as A and B formed right here. And we say, hey, the 1-to-1 extension actually ended up right in the golden pocket. Now, as soon as waves 1 and 2 formed as well, we're able to take waves 1 and 2 and say, hey, can wave 5 possibly reach the 1-to-1 Fibonacci level? And what we see is right here. We see the 161.8, we see the 0.618 Fibonacci level reach right into the golden pocket, and we also see the 1-to-1 extension that fit right in there. So this was the prime time to buy. So I'm just kind of reviewing a few lessons that I've reviewed in many videos already, but I just want to give you guys a very clear indication of how to count these Elliott waves so it can help you in the future as well. So what we see here is a really ugly pattern in my personal opinion, okay? Really ugly pattern, and it has to be a leading first wave diagonal. Consider some of these regions bull trapped regions, all right? And what we see is kind of like almost like it's slope, right? But some people might actually end up calling it like that as well, where it's horizontal. So either way, we've hammered at this top here about 3 times now, and we just simply can't get higher than that. So you can even call it something like that, right? This looks a little bit more appropriate in my opinion here. So we failed to break these key resistances, right? I was targeting roughly $203, but we didn't actually get there. So make sure you guys understand that there's not always a guaranteed target that it's going to hit. So the way that we count these Elliott waves is sometimes for a leading first wave diagonal, what we'll end up finding is that the third wave is actually very, very short compared to the first wave, right? So we could draw it something like that, for example. If we draw it on a higher time frame, we just mainly see a little bit of the wicks poking downwards, right? If we draw it on a higher time frame, we can easily see that some of these actually are just bull traps. So this is a bull trap region right here. This is a bull trap region right there as well, and a little bit more of a bull trap. So 3 regions where it just couldn't break above basically a key resistance area of over 190, right? Over 190 is a pretty contentious issue right now for Litecoin. Excuse me there. So we couldn't break above it. And the way we would count our Elliott wave is like this. Remember this rule, guys, that I'm going to write out for you, okay? The rule goes like this for leading first wave diagonals, right? Wave 4 and wave 1 can overlap, okay? Usually, wave 3 is shorter than wave 1. Wave 1 is usually the longest, right? And we also have to remember that wave 3 cannot be the shortest, which means that wave 3 can be longer than, or can be shorter than wave 1. Can be shorter than wave 1, but has to be longer than wave 5. Or it can also mean that wave, I meant to write here wave 3, okay? Wave 3 can be longer than wave 5, but has to be, I meant to say it can be shorter than wave 5 here. I think you guys know what I mean, right? I just want to be very clear sometimes. I know that there's a lot of visual learners and you guys might learn things differently than if we were to actually just say it out loud, right? So wave 3 can be shorter than wave 5, but has to be longer than wave 1. So this is just kind of saying the opposite. To summarize it, all that it's really saying is that wave 3 just cannot be the shortest. So these are kind of some characteristics of leading diagonals. And then as soon as we see, if you guys take a note at this support trend line this support trend line that I'm drawing, it actually intersects right here with the 55 moving average as well, right? So as soon as it broke there, it signaled to the market to short, right? It signaled to the market to short, and that's exactly what ended up happening there. So now, because it's breaking down, we have to figure out what is the count. If this is actually the beginning of the first wave, well, you know, if we call that wave 1 right here, wave 2, wave 3 pretty much there, wave 4, and this is now wave 5, which makes our leading first wave diagonal. It's pretty ugly in my opinion, okay? It's really, really ugly the way it is. I don't like calling it like that at all. I almost see it as a wave failure, right? With this wave 5 was really, really short, but it does fit the criterias of a leading first wave diagonal because, well, wave 3 is longer than wave 5, and we're also able to see this as well, right? And I was able to call this as well for us here, saying that it would most likely bounce to about the 183 region there. So it seems to be on par right now with what everything is going on. or with everything that's going on. And the way we would try to find these support ranges is by looking at previous swing lows. So right now it's testing this specific region right here, if you see, okay? Testing this specific region right there. It's also going to test this specific region right there if this one doesn't hold. So as you guys can see right now, we're getting a slight bounce above the 786, or sorry, the 0.5 Fibonacci region, right? So usually what I like to do is I don't really like to play a bounce off of the 382. It only bounces about 12% of the time. If it does bounce from here, I usually add onto strength, right? But I don't like to do that. So I missed my chance actually to ladder already. So I didn't get the chance to ladder whatsoever. We also have to acknowledge Bitcoin, right? And see what Bitcoin is doing. If you guys notice about Bitcoin, it's slowly finding support right here. It's on a 2-hour chart right now. It's got decent volume. It's got a hammer. But how much longer is it going to hold? Because we should expect some sort of ABC correction, right? That's a pretty nice wick coming down on Bitcoin. Is the Bitcoin level going to hold at $2,100? Now, I don't really know, but we have to expect Bitcoin to maybe fall a little bit more. So because Bitcoin might fall a little bit more, and Bitcoin is at 0.5 Fibonacci level right now, well, we also see Litecoin at the 0.5 Fibonacci level as well, right? Right here. So if Bitcoin does end up falling to 0.618 Fib level, then this could possibly fall to a lower swing low region right here as well. So is there a chance that it could possibly fall right here? Absolutely, there's a chance. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap right here. So for CoinMarketCap, we see a lot of money has been added to the market. Excuse me there. We almost reached 400,000 or $400 billion today. We're kind of at where we were yesterday now, right? The market cap earlier, actually about 2 days ago, was at 373 billion. Now we're back, we got back up to about the 395 billion, very close to 400 billion of breaking that. Now we're back down to 375 billion. Litecoin is still number 5. I can't really see a coin overtaking Litecoin right now. It's probably going to stay 5th for a while. And the reason why I'm focusing a lot on Litecoin is because it's going to be one of those coins that's just going to creep up. And you guys have no idea how much I believe in this coin right now, especially with the LitePay system that they're trying to iron out the kinks, put it that way. So if we look at the historical data, we see that the volume is really low, guys. Yesterday we were at 670 million, day before 625 million, the day before that we were at 943 million. That was a really nice pump. But today, guys, we're actually low. We're at $590 million. So you got to wonder, when are the buyers going to start rushing in? Make sure you guys are always keeping an eye on Bitcoin as well, right? We keep an eye on Bitcoin because if it does fall, most of the times every coin's going to fall with it. But when people are getting bored, when they get bored of Bitcoin and it's going sideways for a while, people usually like to pump another coin, or they'll invest in another coin and look for opportunities elsewhere, right? So yeah, so if I take a look at the Elliott wave count right now here, let's go to a different time frame. Pretty decent count, I'd say. If this is the right count, what we see here is a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And we could get a slight correction, I'm guessing, to something a little bit of a higher range here, right? We could get a slight correction to possibly one of these ranges right here that will finish the ABC, most likely to, I'm guessing, 184 ranges, right? And then we should get another touch somewhere down here. That's just the nature of it, guys, where it makes these ABC types of corrections. So let's say we take our Fibonacci extension tool that has been very reliable thus far. Well, you guys can see that, you know, it could even fall much lower than that. Let's say it gets back up to these regions over here. Let's say it ends up getting back up to the 618 or the 786 level even. Then we can get another golden pocket scenario where it lands right around the 171 range and we get a double bottom. So right now, it's just a matter of being extremely patient. I don't really know how much higher it's going to get, but a very likely scenario actually is even this one right here at the 182 range at first. Keep in mind that this is only technical analysis, right, guys? What I say is not the Bible. You guys got to get that out of your head. And one of the reasons why I got really upset today as well was because a lot of people are man, guys, when I get an analysis wrong, the amount of hatred that comes towards me, you know, where the blame is really overwhelming. So you guys gotta understand that I am no financial consultant. I am not paid in any way whatsoever for my time to make these videos, right? I'm not here to try to be a financial consultant. I'm not here to be the Bible. I'm sorry to use a religious reference, but I'm not here, guys, to be the voice of technical analysis. I'm here to offer you insight from different perspectives. And you guys really need to understand that there's no such thing as a sure thing. What we try to do as a technical analyst is we try to cover things from as many angles as we can. The more diverse we are when it comes to looking at different scenarios from different technical analysts, the higher of a chance that we have to succeed and to plan for these unforeseen circumstances. I personally believe that it's important to be a reactive trader. I don't really like predicting too much, right? I react to market conditions day by day as they happen. And of course, I'll enter those swing positions here and there lately. But you guys gotta understand that what I say doesn't always go. I'm just trying to give you guys a different perspective from where I see things. But what's most important is that you guys also do your own technical analysis, okay? If you don't do your own technical analysis and you guys are following all the things I say blindly, right? And then you guys decide to blame me after, yeah, that's really not cool whatsoever, guys, if you do that, okay? I wish you guys, the people who like to blame me for their losses when they say because my calls were wrong, I genuinely wish that you lose every single dollar. And I genuinely mean that. If you guys are going to make me feel like crap for blaming me because of your loss, because you don't know how to do TA yourself, just give me all your money already. Really, just give me every single cent that you have already. Because our job as good traders is to literally take every single dime of yours, okay? I'm not here, guys, to try to be your financial consultant, okay? If you guys are reaching out to me and saying to me, oh, what do I think of this coin? What do I think of that coin? There's a really strong chance, guys, if I've never looked at that coin before, I probably won't care about it. If it's not a coin like Ripple, EOS, Litecoin, you know, Bitcoin, I guess, yeah, like Ethereum Classic, right? Ethereum, there's a good chance that I don't really care about the coin that you're looking at, such as Nano or whatever, you know, or DGD. Yeah, just being really clear, guys. If you guys are in a really bad spot for your financial situation in terms of, you know, you made the wrong play and you're trying to reach out to me, once again, I'm not your financial consultant, okay? I'm not here to be the guy that's going to fix your bad position that you're in when it comes to trading. I'm just here to offer you guys free technical advice, free technical analysis from my perspective only, all right? So I just need to make that very, very clear for the people who think that I'm here on your dime and where you guys think you can reach out to me to be your consultant. No, I'm not going to be your consultant in any way, guys, okay? Just being extremely clear. So that was one of the reasons why I got upset again, like I got upset earlier today. Because people think, you know, they're saying to me, oh, like, you're here to teach us a bunch of things, but when we're in a bad spot, you're not going to help us? No, of course I'm not going to help you. Why would I want to dedicate all of my time to be helping people in bad situations? I'd rather make videos to teach people how to do technical analysis on their own. You guys can call that being an ass or whatever, or just being asinine. But, you know, my time is my time, and I really do respect my own time. And I'm just trying to teach you guys how to do technical analysis. So, yeah, I keep things real, guys. Honestly, I keep things real. I've got a zero tolerance for, you know, for crap. And I just make sure that if I've got an issue with something, I bring it up, and it's as simple as that. So for the people that have been saying to me like about Litecoin, oh, you didn't even call the top at 192 there. Now I'm in a bad spot because I bought at 180. It's like, okay, or I bought at 185, or, you know, just general things like that where people think that I'm responsible for their bad plays. It's like, do you guys really think I'm responsible for your bad plays? Give up on crypto already if you think that. So anyways, I'm done my rant, okay, guys? I apologize for ranting that much, but man, it's been a really stressful day of just dealing with crap. That's why I'm not posting anything on Twitter today about my thoughts. I just don't want to deal with all the crap on Twitter. and all the negativity. It's like, oh my goodness, like I can, be like Eric Cho if you guys want to actually sell something, which I respect 100%. I can sell my technical analysis if you want, then you have a right to be upset, right? But if it's all free, deal with it, guys. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, deal with it. Stop being such little babies if you're in the bad position. Learn how to trade. Stop following blindly. It's as simple as that. Stop following blindly. Okay? If you guys are going to keep listening to everything that I say and you cannot grow a pair of brains or balls for yourselves to make decisions yourselves, maybe you shouldn't be in trading to begin with, right? Like, if you guys think that you can follow somebody for free and then blame them after, I don't know what world you're living in, but that's really, really ridiculously absurd in my opinion. If you guys actually hired someone, if you hired me to be your financial consultant and you agreed on a set cost with me per month, then maybe it's something I would actually consider. But keep in mind that my time is very valuable and I value myself, so it would be a very ridiculous fee. I mean, honestly, people have asked me, what would you charge me a month so I can get some sort of basic advice from you? My answer is simple. I would charge at least $1,000 per month. That's right. I would charge $1,000 per month if you would like me to be some sort of financial consultant for you, right? Simple as that. Anyways, I think that was a pretty long rant, right, guys? But I needed to get that off my chest today. I definitely needed to get that off my chest. And for the people that come to my channel saying that I just rant a lot or I complain a lot, you guys can just get out of my channel. Honestly, get out of my channel. No problem at all. You can gladly unsubscribe on YouTube. There's this button. It's called unsubscribe. If you don't like my content on Twitter, you simply click the unfollow button. It's as simple as that. But yet the people who are coming to my YouTube and then they start complaining about my material, guys, it's my material. I can do whatever I want and say whatever I want, okay? So as you guys can see, the level of frustration that I have today a little bit, right? It's a little bit high, the level of frustration. Definitely trying to deal with it, right? But you know what? You learn how to deal with it as the days go by there. Now, if I was actually paid, like, you know how a lot of people charge for material? They're paid to be patient, guys. No offense to Eric Cho, but he sells something, right? So he's paid to be patient. Hygiene is paid to be patient, you know? A lot of people sell this material to you guys online because they're getting some sort of revenue from you guys, so they have more of a reason to be patient because you guys are customers. But because you guys are not customers of mine, I don't really have a reason to be patient whatsoever. And I can gladly say whatever I want since this material is entirely free. I hope that makes sense. So please pull sticks out of your butt sometimes and stop feeling so entitled to stuff, okay? Does that make sense? Stop feeling so entitled to material like you can demand my time, or material rather, okay? I'll do as I please whenever I want to, and the material that I release will be on my own schedule. So this is my Litecoin rant for the day. Okay, now a lot of you guys will simply say, ignore the haters. Okay, you guys get to 150,000 subscribers and get to my level of, you know, whatever you want to call it, my level of trading, my level of, you know, getting YouTubers or Twitter followers, and then you guys say to me, ignore the haters, okay? You can only sympathize, which is try to understand what is going on. You cannot empathize, which means to actually be in my shoes because you've lived that experience before. It is very, very, very easy, guys, to sympathize only. But once you actually get to see what I'm doing, and I firmly believe I'm literally the only guy on YouTube and on Twitter who is not charging a single dime for any of his content or material, okay? Everybody who makes YouTube videos and has a Twitter has some sort of hidden agenda where they are trying to profit or sell something from you. Unless you guys can think of another analyst who is not trying to sell something, then we'll talk, okay? But other than that, please just understand my level of frustration that I have today and respect the fact that it's a little bit frustrating having to deal with people who feel very entitled and think that I'm their financial advisor, or think that, you know, they can They can simply call me out when a play actually goes wrong. No, you cannot do that. If you guys want to do that, get out of my channel. Simply just get out of my channel and don't even take my technical analysis. Anybody who tries to blame me even for a moment for a wrong call, I simply block you guys so freaking fast. Done my rant. So anyways, I firmly believe that we're going to fall to roughly the 0.618 Fibonacci level. Yeah, that was really exhausting ranting like that, guys. But you know what? I don't really care if people listen to it or not. I don't really care if people respect it or not either. I be myself. I keep it real. If you guys don't like that, you're welcome to unsubscribe. I respect myself way more than most of you guys respect me. Trust me, okay? And because I respect myself, there's a level of dignity and humiliation that I can only endure. So guys, I think that we're probably gonna drop down a tiny bit more. This might not even be the end of the wave already. Okay, might not even be the end of the wave already. 1, 2, 1, 2. We might even get a few more small waves down. So what ends up happening quite often is this, okay? It makes 5 waves coming down like that. And on the 5th wave, it makes actually 5 waves coming down. So on this wave, it might end up making, you know, like a flat pattern that tends to happen quite often like that. And we see these kind of bounces all the time where the 3rd wave came down too fast and too hard. So the 5th wave right here actually ends up correcting a little bit further with 5 waves as a flat. So let's see if that actually ends up going like that. We couldn't really break above 179, as you guys have noticed already, right? So I do expect it, guys, to get down to possibly one of these regions right over here, okay? I'm just going to delete this right here. Sorry, I'm just trying to draw it back in here. So I believe we might even end up making a double bounce in here. Like if we take the Fibonacci of just this range right here, which wouldn't be really fair to say, we can do it like, yeah, sure, we got to the 0.618 level, but if we take it on the overall structure, we're bouncing already right now, right? So I do think we're gonna make some sort of ABC like this once again. I don't know how high it's gonna go, maybe 185, maybe 186 or so, that we might even make another touchdown over here to test this recent swing low position around the 171 range. So let's take a look at some indicators as well now. On the 30-minute chart, we're definitely getting a double bottom right here, right? We're getting a double bottom. That's not bad at all. Let's go take a look on some of the higher time frames to see how the daily candle ended up closing. Daily candles for the past few days, right? It's been kind of a cluster. We've been kind of clustered around this region right there, which is not good, which is good, right? We're going from 160 to 180, but until we can actually break well above 190 ranges, guys, I really can't see us going on a really big uptrend. I mean, for us to actually start our actual uptrend from February 6th, if this were the bottom and we were going up, right, the target is basically, the next target is basically $300 something, like about $300, but we have to break well above $190, $195 until we cross well above the 55 moving average. I can't really see this going anywhere right now. So right now we're just getting a series of rejections, if you guys have noticed, right? Rejection, 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 rejection on the 55 moving average. So we have to keep note of these possible ranges right here, okay? This is about 175 range. If we break below 175, we could easily test the 160 range again. And then if we break the 160 range right over here, heck, you never know, we could even start testing the 140 ranges again. So let's take a look at some other indicators as well here now. We see the histogram is starting to positively uptick right here, okay? Here we see a possible MACD crossover, but it almost crossed over, but it didn't quite, if you guys notice. A crossover basically means it's going to the positive side, okay? Positive side on the histogram. Here it went up, of course, and now we're down ticking on the histogram pretty hard. Whoops, I didn't mean to draw that one there. On the 4-hour chart, Still 3 hours to go, so it doesn't really count that much. On the 1 hour or the 3 hour chart, we're seeing 1 hour to go, which is really ugly doji candle. What we want to look for is a series of very bullish candles that show us support. This one's got quite a bit of volume right here already as well, actually, right? Almost as much as the sell-off volume actually with an hour to go, and it's a hammer thus far. So it's looking fairly decent in my opinion. Right, on the 1 hour, we finished off with a hammer there. Awesome. But I would like a series of candles that show positive support. Otherwise, I'm not going to be looking to enter a trade. I mean, if I were to enter a trade to go into a very long position, it's going to have to meet a lot of criterias. For a very long position, for me to swing, I'd probably be looking to break well above 190, right? That's kind of my criteria. If it doesn't break that criteria right there, I'm just going to let it ride. This is almost a no trade zone for me between 180 and 190. Now, my next criteria to enter as well is, you know, if it hits probably 172 range. So I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on Litecoin for the next few days and give you guys tons of updates. So you guys know where I stand. I mentioned that if we break below 172 range, we're most likely going to test the 160 range again. If we break the 160 range, we're definitely going to test the 140 ranges down over here, or the 150 and the 140 range eventually. So this triple top that we see here, guys, it's a sign of weakness in the market. I've got to admit that it's a sign of weakness in the market. Bitcoin heavily corrected right now, but that was fairly expected to fall to roughly 9,200 region, and that's exactly where we are at. So right now, the best course of action for me to take, okay? Once again, I'm no financial advisor, guys. Don't make me go into this freaking rant again, all right? Is I'm going to wait until it breaks above 190, or I'm going to wait until it breaks to the 172 range. So one of these two criteria are going to be met first. You guys already missed your chance to enter a short position. So we do see massive support at the 172 range, above 190, specifically 194 range right there. That's going to be a really good place to enter a very nice swing position if you guys are considering that. So as it stands right now, we're finding some temporary support. But don't forget about what I mentioned about this ABC, right? That ABC that could still most likely happen because we did officially finish all of the 5 waves going up there already. So let's just try drawing a possible support there. Does that fit? Nope, that doesn't fit. Don't even try, guys, to try to stretch it out and say, yep, that's a support right there. That's just a little bit too much in my opinion. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. So I apologize once again, guys, for that rant that I made. I know a lot of you guys are gonna comment, oh yeah, this guy just complains a lot in his channel. Hey, you know what? I'm real, guys. I keep things real. I'm not gonna fake my channel in any way. I'm not gonna try to create some fake persona with a storybook to tell, right? Nope, I'm just always gonna be me. Go ahead, you guys are welcome to comment. There's drama always in this channel. I'll block you guys so fast that I've got no problems with it whatsoever. I've got zero tolerance and actually zero patience lately, if you guys have noticed, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy the videos that I'm producing for you. I don't really care if you guys think I'm your financial advisor or not. Once again, I'm not your financial advisor. Nor do I give a crap if you guys are losing money from my calls, because these are not really calls. This is just a guy who's just talking about technical analysis from his perspective. Every time you guys lose money, it is ultimately your own responsibility, and you are always accountable for your own actions, okay? So I hope you guys appreciate the content that I'm making for you. If you don't appreciate it, oh well, tough luck, all right? So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share the material. If you guys are doing a great job, hey, send me a donation or something once in a while. Have a great day. Take it easy. Bye.